Hello, my name is Rob Garner. I'm a computer programming instructor, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to use Socrative to run a quiz. So if you go to Socrative and log in, there's two logins, student login and teacher login. Once you've made your account, you can sign into Socrative, and then come here to run a quiz. And so I'm going to, let's say, run this print statement one. And there's different options. There's instant feedback, open navigation, and teacher paste. And it depends on how you want to run your quizzes. If you were going to just open the quiz and let the students work on it, and then at the end of class, review everything, or I recommend telling your students how much time you're going to give them to complete, a particular quiz, and then you can look at the results and work through it. So then you could do instant feedback. You could do open navigation, which they answer in any order. I usually do it in teacher pace. So we do one question and then we discuss it. Then we do another question, then we discuss it. So I find teacher paste works really nicely. I usually require names so that I can know, I can kind of follow who's having difficulties with what. You can do these other options, but usually I just leave these off, and then I click Launch. And then the question will show up. So here we have an example of what this looks like. And so there's my classroom. I'm going to, you can actually make multiple rooms, which I recommend if you have multiple classes you're using Socrative with. And so here I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like from the student's perspective. So here I'm going to log in as a student, and you're going to have your student put in the class name, and they're going to join. And so because we said put your name in, they will see that they have to put their name, and then you can see that the question that you have here is displayed there. So so they put in what they think. Now with this I recommend that you have them actually go open up Visual Studio Code and get the code to work in code, and then just copy and paste what they came up with that works. And then they'll submit the answer, and you will see and if you come back in, you have to log back in, you can go here, live results will bring you back to where your current open activity is. And you can look at what the students provided. You can also do it here. I would not show names in front of students, but if you have this on your own screen where they can't see it, you can see the names. And you can actually save these activities at the end when they're done. But once it's done, you'll see here, this is how, and let me put this side by side so that you can see it. So you've completed the current activity. When you click this to go to the next question, then the next question shows up. So this is how you move from question to question. And it allows you to keep all the students at the same time. All the students respond. So this is better than just asking the question out in the open to a classroom where one person or two people are always the ones to answer all the questions. This way all the students will answer the questions, and then you can guide them through this one by one. So I recommend, what I recommend is actually is after you complete an activity is click on show answers and look at the answers, and then discuss and give feedback over the whole range. And so, sometimes what you find is everyone gets it except for one person. Be cognizant that, of what you're saying, that someone is going, always stay extremely positive with all of your feedback. And then, you realize that even if students get it wrong. They might have actually, it might just be because of a slight error. they mistyped something in. There may be people who got it right. They were just guessing. And so going over, why something is right and giving reinforcement will actually help everybody. And so go through the answers and say, this is, and explain why that code is done. So in this case, it's a simple print statement. But, here, there'll be another one. And so, they will do this. And maybe they did this. So this would be a common error, right? So I might see all kinds of answers. It's because I'm going back and forth between the... And so you might go through here and so I'm going back to live results. And you won't be doing this back and forth normally. You're just being this one, and it's a lot smoother then. But you show the answers, and as you're talking to the students, say, okay, so this is very, very close, but when you run this, you'll notice that Python will get confused. It'll think that this is actually a keyword at this point. So remember, and then what I would do is I would actually do the exercise in front of them in Visual Studio Code, and show them, okay, well, let's see what would happen if we did that. And notice that we get an error. So this is your opportunity to talk to them about errors and explain, okay, this is how you read it. Notice this is name Python is not defined. And really the problem is that it thinks Python is some kind of command or variable, and so it doesn't really understand this. That's because we need to surround this with quotes. And once we surround it with quotes, now if we run it, I'm going to stop running this. Notice that now it works. So Python needs those quotes around here to realize that this is text that you want to display and not a command. And so that would be an example of how you could use, when the students get it wrong, as a learning opportunity for everybody, because maybe people knew that they were supposed to put quotes around it, but they may not have known why. Then they get to see the error, and everybody benefits from that. And I would even emphasize, hey, it's okay to make errors in this. We are just using this to learn, and this allows us to learn from each other. So and then you go and click on the next one, and you're on to the next exercise. So that's how you use Socrative to learn with your students and progress with everybody. It gets your students much more engaged, and especially with an introductory level course, it allows you to kind of see where your students are at as you progress. So hopefully that helps, and thank you very much.